ready for math, second grade. So before spring break, we were working really hard with addition, building our skills and practicing how we had to bundle in order to make a larger unit to add those 2 and 3 digit numbers together. We were working super hard with addition before break, but now that it's after break, we're gonna move from addition to subtraction. Because of course, we gotta do both. So let's check out our first math learning target back from break. And here it is. It says, I can unbundle a larger unit to solve subtraction problems. So before, we were bundling a smaller unit to make a larger unit. And we're subtracting, we're just gonna reverse what we were doing. We're going to unbundle. We're gonna break apart a larger unit in order to give us more smaller units. Because that is what we're going to need to be able to subtract. We're gonna practice unbundling a larger unit in order to solve a subtraction problem. And we're gonna be working with our tools today. So I need you to get out your double 10 frame, as well as your awesome 10 sticks and your eraser counters. So you're gonna need all these tools today when we are practicing unbundling in order to subtract. So you're gonna need those out, but they're just gonna be to the side because to start off math today, we need to quickly review how to do our addition problems. We've had a whole week break, and I want to make sure we get a quick chance to review addition before we go head first into subtraction. So I know I asked you to get out your tools, so awesome, but please just keep them to the side because we're gonna first review with an addition problem before we start subtracting. So tools will come later, but the first thing I need you to get out is a whiteboard or a piece of paper. This is just gonna be for one problem so we can make sure we remember our addition skills from before break. So first things first, you're just gonna get out a whiteboard or a piece of paper so we can do addition first. So if you need to go grab that, no worries, but we are going to solve this problem all together to start us off today. 173 plus 18. And in order to solve this problem, we of course are going to show our work, show what we know, 2 different ways. First, in the vertical form, where we show in 3 rows the ones, tens, and hundreds, as well as our drawing, where we draw out the place value of each number and then show exactly how we bundle in order to keep adding. So, first things first, we have to set up our work before we can solve. So, on your board, can you write down the vertical setup of 173 plus 18? How would we set this problem up the vertical way? We're starting with 173, but where would we put 18? 100, 7 tens, 3 ones, but where would we put 18? We would put 18 in the ones and tens place because those are the only values that our number 18 has. We have 8 ones and 1 10, which are lined up directly with 3 ones and 7 tens from 173. Does 18 have any hundreds, Super Scholars? No, it doesn't. So we just leave that space blank. We only have this 100 at the moment from 173. This is it. Okay, so now that we've set up our vertical way, can we go ahead and set up our drawing? You're going to draw 173 and 18 in the correct places. Remember, we've got hundreds, tens, and ones. This is the only part of today's video where I'm going to ask you to pause to complete a part on your own. So we set up the vertical way. Now I need you to pause this video and go ahead and draw 173 plus 18. When you're done drawing our problem, then come on back and we're going to solve it all together to make sure we're on the right track. Okay, go draw, then come on back. Pause. Okay, how did we do with our drawing? Let's take a look. Do we have a clear 173 and 18? Can you clearly see how much is in each place? Okay, so we have set up our work vertically and in a drawing. Now, let's solve. Okay, Super Scholars, where do we always start to add? We have to start with the smallest unit, so that's in what place? The ones place. We need to start all the way to the right, the ones place. So, 3 ones plus 8 ones. 3 plus 8. How many ones is that, Super Scholars? I know 8 plus 2 is 10. So then 8 plus 3 is just 1 more. So how much would that be? 11. We know 8 plus 3 is 11 because we used our old knowledge. Can we have 11 ones, Super Scholars? Can any number have 11 ones? No, it can't. So what do we need to do with our 11 ones? We're going to bundle, of course. Can you circle how many ones are we going to need to bundle? What's in our bundle? How many are we going to need? Can you circle on your board? How many ones did you circle? 10 exactly, because 10 ones equals a bundle. So my friends, our 10 ones becomes what larger unit? A 10, of course. Good job. So we added our ones and we had to bundle in order to do it correctly. So let's mark exactly what we did on our vertical way. So we knew that 3 plus 8 equals 11 ones. And what happened when we got 11 ones? What new unit did we make? 110. Can you show me on your vertical way? Where do we show this 110 that we just made? Where do we put this new 110? Right above in the tens place. We just have our 1 right in the tens place to show the new unit that we made. And how many ones did we have left over after we bundled? What do you see? How many ones are left? Just 1, of course. So we showed our 11 ones by bundling to make a 10 and then having 1 left over. Awesome job. Okay, so what are we going to add next? We added our ones, and now we're going to add the tens, of course. We're coming to the next value. How many tens do we have, Super Scholars? 7 plus 1 plus 1 more. 7 8 plus 1 is 9. There we go. We have 9 tenths. Do we need to bundle? No, we don't have enough. So then after looking at the tens, what place value do we need to look at next? The hundreds place, of course. How many hundreds do we have, Super Scholars? We still only have 100. We didn't add any hundreds, so we still just have one of them. Da-da-da! What is our final answer? 191. Good job, Super Scholars. In order to add, we had to bundle to make that larger unit. Now that we had a quick review for addition, we're going to turn to subtraction and reverse everything we just did. So, put that whiteboard away, get your tools out that I asked at the beginning, and let's start subtracting. But once our tools are set up, let's give ourselves a break and do our brain break as we move into subtraction. So come on, stand up with me, Super Scholars, and I have a yummy candy question for you. Are you up? Okay. Which of these treats do you love better? Do you prefer gummy bears? If so, you're going to do 5 jumping jacks. Or do you prefer Sour Patch Kids? If so, you're going to do 5 pencil jumps. Gotta make a choice. What would you like? Gummy bears or Sour Patch Kids? This is really hard for me. I would choose gummy bears, so I'm going to do 5 jumping jacks. Are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome. Nice little jump. Shake it out, shake it out. Thank you. So as you sit back down in your seat, make sure your tools are all ready to go. Okay, are you ready to get subtracted? We are going to start with the problem, 30 minus 5. So with subtraction, we start with a certain amount, and we're going to take away a bit to find out what is left over. So to start with our tools, we have to show our starting number. So my friends, if we're going to show the number 30, what are we going to show on our board? 30 is going to be seen as what? 3 tens. So go ahead, can you show 3 tens on your board? 3 tens for 30. So Super Scholars, how much are we taking away from 30? 5, exactly. Is this 5 tenths? No. Is it 5 ones? Yes, it is. We're taking away 5 ones. But do you see a problem? What's the problem that we see? We have 3 tens, but no ones. We don't have any ones, Super Scholars. So if we want to take away 5 ones, but we don't have any ones, what do we need to do? How can we solve this problem and keep subtracting? If we don't have any ones, we're going to need to, and we're doing the opposite. We're going to unbundle. We're going to unbundle a larger unit in order to get more of a smaller unit in order to subtract. It all has a purpose. So, if we need ones, what unit are we going to unbundle? If we need ones, what's its larger unit? The tens, of course. So we're going to need to unbundle a 10 in order to get a group of ones. Can we do that? We're going to take a 10, break it apart to get ones. How many are we going to get? 1 10 equals how many ones? 10, of course. So can you go ahead and show that? We just broke apart a 10 to get 10 ones. So would you look at that? We have 1, 2, 3 tens. But this time, we took 1 10 and we unbundle it to get 10 ones instead. And that is because we need to subtract 5 ones. So, do we have enough ones now to do that? Can we take away 5 ones? Yes, we're good now. So can you do that on your board? Can you take away 5 ones? So what's our answer, Super Scholars? 30 minus 5 is 25. It equals 25. Because we can see our 2 tens and 5 ones. So can we recap? How did we do that, Super Scholars? We didn't have any ones to take away. So what did we have to do? We unbundled what? What did we unbundle? We unbundled a 10 to get what? What did it equal? 10 ones. In order to subtract, we had to unbundle a 10 to get 10 ones. This is just a reverse of what we were doing with subtraction. We're going from larger to smaller now. Okay, we got 25. Check on our first problem together. Let's clear the board and try another one. Everybody reset. Okay, with a nice clear board, we are going to tackle all together 25 minus 6. So remember, when we're doing subtraction, we have to show with what we're starting with and then take away what the problem asks us to. So, what are we going to show on our board? What are we starting with? 25. What our answer was last time. So can you go ahead and show 25 on your board? What's that going to look like? You can do that super quick. We have how many tens? 2. And how many ones? 5. Exactly. Good job. So we're starting with a group of 25. And what do we want to take away, Super Scholars? What do we want to subtract? 6, what? 6 tens, 6 ones, 6 ones. We want to take away 6 ones. But what's the problem? How many ones do we have? 5 ones. Can we take away 6 when we only have 5? Can we take away more than what we have? No, we can't. We can't take away a bigger number if we have a smaller one. 6 is bigger than 5, so we can't take that away. But we know how to solve this problem because we're detectives. What can we do? In order to get more ones that we need to take away 6, what are we going to do? unbundle. We're going to break apart a larger unit to get smaller units. So how are we going to do that? If we want more ones, what larger unit are we going to unbundle and break apart? If we want ones, we need to break apart a 10. We need to take one of the 10s we have and break it apart in order to get our smaller units. So what's that going to be? We're going to take away a 10, and it's going to become how many ones? 10 ones, of course. Okay, can we do that? We're going to make 10 ones. So on our board, we still have 25. It's just being shown a different way. We have 1, 10. We have our 5 ones from before. And then another 10 ones that we just made when we broke apart our 10. So, Super Scholars, how many ones do we have now? How many ones? 10, 5. We have 15 ones. That's quite a lot. We have 10 and 5, 15. If we have 15, can we take away 6 now? Yes, we sure can. 15 is a bigger number than 6. So we can just take away this small part from 15. Can we go ahead and do that? Of our 15 ones, can you take away 6? Can you take away 6? So I took away 5, and then what? I took away 6 ones. So now, how many ones are we left with? What do you see? 5 and 4. There's only 1 missing. There's 9 ones left. After we unbundled a 10 and got 10 ones, we were able to take away 6. Once we did that, we were left with just 9 ones. And how many 10s are left, Super Scholars? Just 1. So what is our final answer? 1 10, 9 ones. That makes 19. Look at that. There we go. So again, to recap, Super Scholars, what did we do to solve 25 minus 6? We couldn't take away 6, so what do we have to do? We had to unbundle. What did we unbundle? We unbundled a 10, and when we unbundled a 10, what did we get? 10 ones. And now that we had this extra 10 ones, what were we able to do? Then we were able to take away 6 ones and get our final answer. Awesome job, Super Scholars! We just reversed all our great addition knowledge to practice our subtraction skills as well. This is what we're going to be building up the next few weeks to make sure we are strong in both addition and subtraction. Okay, so for today, you are going to be showing me in a video your subtraction skills. So you need to keep out all your tools we've been working on together, because you're going to show me how to solve 2 subtraction problems in a video using your unbundling skills. So let's check out those two problems. Okay, your two problems you are going to show me how to solve in a video is 36 minus 7 and 41 minus 5. So with your tools, you're going to start with that first number, and then you're going to show how can you take away 7 and take away 5 when there's not enough ones to do that. You're going to show me your subtraction problem solving skills with all has to do with unbundling. In your video, you're going to show me exactly how you solve these problems using your tools as you talk about what you're doing. Remember, it's okay if you make mistakes as long as you catch yourself, go back and correct them. So in your video, I'm going to see your tools and I'm going to hear you explaining how you're solving 36 minus 7 and 41 minus 5 by unbundling. Okay, awesome people. I'm super excited for our next subtraction journey. So keep those tools out and let's go get started.